Aerosmith on 102.3 WHTL in Whitehall, Wisconsin. It is 11 o'clock, and 11 o'clock means, well, I got to cue it up. I forgot to do that. But anyway, it is 11 o'clock. We've got a little bit of rain heading our way, and I think Steve's ready before I am. That never happens, but today it did, Steve. Anyway, I don't know what to tell you. Oh my gosh. I got to get this. Now the computer won't work. Oh, anyway, it's time for open house, and I got to welcome Jackie Hansen to the studio with Hansen Realty Group. Some days are just easier than others, I tell you what. Some days are just easier than others, Jackie, but yeah, welcome.
Thank you, Mark.
I don't know. Some days nothing goes right. You know what I mean? But anyway, you're here, and that's all that matters. And it's going to rain. I know you were talking. You don't want that to happen with haying going on right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of farmers with a lot of hay on the ground, so everybody's on edge, I think, if you've cut in the last few days.
I think so, and that's the one thing you don't need if you're out trying to hay. And but you can't control Mother Nature either.
That's right. That's right.
But anyway, we'll just hope for the best, and you never know. Real estate, hot market still?
Yes, yeah, hot market, always changing, of course. Not enough inventory, so a lot of buyers out there looking for houses, and there's not a lot out there. The ones that are out there get snatched up pretty quickly.
I was telling last week. I was talking about that during open house. It's funny. We live in Blair, and we used to drive around town and see all kinds of for sale signs. But now, it's rare. You don't see them anymore. People just the properties aren't there.
Right. Yep. Yep. The inventory is pretty low if they're priced where they need to be, and yeah, a lot of moving parts. But we could definitely use more listings.
So when it's a market like that, I would assume that things move really fast.
Yep. Yeah, they do. They do. Like I said, it takes a lot of houses in a town to create a good inventory because you have all different buyer pools as far as pricing and so with a lower inventory, yeah, it keeps everybody on their toes.
Now you want to talk about the first time home buyer because it's a little bit different, I think, if you're a first time opposed to if you're a seasoned home buyer. If you bought more than one, there's why is it different, and why are there other programs that can help if you're a first time buyer?
Right. So I'll never, I'll never say that I'm a lender and I know all the ins and outs, but of course we do end up kind of knee deep in a lot of these loans, helping home buyers navigate through the purchases. So a lot of first time home buyers or folks that are just getting into the real estate or just starting to climb the ladder will choose a first time home buyer loan such as a FHA, USDA, and I just kind of classify those as government loans. That's just me. But that's definitely a great option for people trying to get into their first home because it is a low or no money down. So if you don't have a bunch of money saved up, but you've been working real hard on your credit, it's just a great way to get into owning your own home. However, I have a lot of situations where people get pre-approved. Oh, we're pre-approved for our first house. They're so excited, and rightly so. But you really need a realtor to help you navigate these first-time home buyer loans because there's a lot of little ins and outs that come with it, such as and I'm in the middle of one right now, and it gets really frustrating if you don't have a professional helping you navigate this. So a lot of the guidelines that I'm talking about that can be really frustrating would be that you can't buy a home that has a whole list of things. So that being, it can't have any chipping or peeling paint on the property, no cracked windows. All stairs must have handrails, heat source in all bedrooms. The roof needs to appear to last at least 5 years before needing replacement. It has to be circuit breakers. I mean, there's a list. So it's not, it can be very doable, but it's definitely something you should have a realtor help you choose what houses you could be looking at to have the least amount of headache and the smoothest purchase.
So if you're a first-time home buyer, is it a different home inspection basically than for somebody who's not getting a government loan? Do they look for different things?
Right. So it's not about the inspection. The inspection is totally up to the buyer. But the difference is that if you have a conventional loan, so say this is your second or third home, and you have money saved up for a substantial down payment, you can just get into a conventional loan. They send the appraiser out, and he is literally checking for value. That's it. He wants to make sure if you're paying $200,000, the house is worth $200,000. With a government loan, the appraiser has a whole checklist. So even if you don't have a home inspection, the appraiser is going to have this checklist with them to make sure that there are no basement issues, the circuit breakers, and the paint, the handrails. So yeah, you kind of get double checked. And the government is not trying to make it difficult, but what they're trying to do is set a home buyer up for success. They don't want to put you in a house that needs siding, it needs windows, it needs a roof, because they want you to be successful in your first home purchase. But it's a little to navigate. I love working with first-time home buyers. There's nothing more satisfying than the look on people's house when they get their the keys to their first home. But it's a little to navigate. And I could go on and on about this, but what I would like to invite people to do is, if you're thinking about buying your first house, just go online, www.fha.com. Now, I know a government website might sound a little overwhelming, but this website is so user-friendly.
It really is, and I want to show it to people, because if you can get a picture of that. It really is. I was surprised when you handed this to me, because most government websites are really complex.
Yeah.
And this looks like it's super easy.
Yeah, it'll answer any other little question you have. And I know that I'll show a house and I'll say, well, I'm sorry, it won't qualify because of this. And they look at me like I'm trying to throw a wrench in things. But honestly, I would hand them something like this off that website just to reinforce, what the guidelines are, just because, we might as well wrap our head around it and find you the house that'll fit rather than trying to buck the system. But that, again, FHA.com, just a great thing for anybody thinking about buying a house in the near future at all.
How do you know if you qualify for a an FHA, USDA, WHTA, VA? How do you know if you qualify for a loan?
Right. So you just need to go to your local lender. Like you could go downtown here to Wamedy Bank, RCU, or I'm not, poking anyone here, but you could go to any of them and they will be able to help you with any type of government loan. So what I would say is go to that website, look it over, it'll answer all your questions, and then call your local lender. And they'll help qualify you, as far as finances go and so forth, for that type of loan.
Well, and it is a confusing world. That's why you need a professional realtor to help you navigate things. I know everything is harder than it appears to be, so you need a professional to help you.
Yep, and we'll get you there. We've done this 100 times, but it's a little bit to wrap your head around. Yeah.
That's why you study and do all the hard work, right?
Yep.
Now you've got that big piece of property is coming up for auction. This looks like a different. Oh, this looks beautiful. This is what, outside of Black River Falls?
Yep, this is the one we'd mentioned kind of off and on over the last month or so. But this is the one on River Road, 187 acres with 2 homes, expansive garage and shop. Heavily wooded. The land's been kind of untouched for over 20 years. It's available to bid on. They're bidding right now online, Hansen, HansenAuctionGroup.com. And then it will go live and online simulcast Friday, in person, June 14th. So you can either sit at home and bid on this. If you're serious about it, I would say give me or Josh Becker a call and show up in person, because technology is what it is. We don't want you to miss a bid. But that's coming up this Friday, again, June 14th. The personal property, so a lot of little stuff around the farm, that auction part of it starts at 9. We stop what we're doing, sell the real estate at noon sharp. And then there's some things that we're selling live and online. That'll start at 12:45. So just a great opportunity. Give Josh Becker and myself a call on that, because we only got a few days here on it.
Boy, this looks like an amazing property, too. You don't get properties like this with that kind of land very often.
That's right, and untouched. So like I said, there's not been any logs. There's no government programs. just a kind of a rare, untouched piece of property here.
And the home looks beautiful too.
Yep, lot of potential. Lot
Yeah,
of potential for sure.
definitely. All right. Well, make sure you can bid online, but as Jackie said, best thing to do, show up too,
Yep,
because that will increase your chance of being able to score the property.
for sure.
And the Markham Hillside Edition, now that's outside of Independence, I think,
It's
isn't it?
yeah, as you're coming into Independence from Whitehall, it's going to be on your right hand side. So you go past the gas station there, and Markham Road will be right on your right hand side, and it's right there.
Walking distance to the ice cream place there.
It sure is,
Yeah.
yes.
And you're going to be having an open house.
Yeah, we're going to be having kind of a home show, we're going to call it. It's only 3 houses, but, and of course, there's all the lots there that are available too, but we have 3 houses. They're going to have open house that day, which is Thursday, June 20th. We'll be there from 5 to 6:30, and obviously we can stay a little longer if you're, haven't gotten a chance to look at them all. But 3 new houses and 3 different price ranges. So they range from 240 on up to 280. All new houses, and we also have some lots if you'd rather build your own. So we're going to call it our little home show. Josh Becker and I will be there, and you can park and walk and no pressure. We'll hand you some information and see if something fits you.
And you can look at all 3 homes and any of the
Yes.
lots that are available.
Yeah, we'll have a map of the lots that are available along with pricing, and all 3 homes will be open. Information on all 3 homes. So yeah, it's our little Independence home show we're having on the Markham Hillside Edition there.
What's the pricing on the lots? Do you know?
I think they range. You have to talk to Josh, but I think they range from 15 or 17 on up to 25, 27. So it
That's
just
pretty
depends on
reasonable.
location and size of the lots. I think is what kind of depends. But well, like I said, we'll have a map, so you'll be able to walk out the door and look and see. Oh, the one right over there is 20,000.
And these houses look move-in ready. I mean, they're nice. These
They're
are some beautiful homes.
Yeah, the 2 of them I think were built just like a year ago, built in 2022, and then the newest one here was built in 2024. That's the one that's barrier free. That was just completed, so brand new. You'd be the first person to live in it.
And you can check these out also on the Hansen Real Estate Group webpage. And we'll have it up on our Facebook page, or the Facebook Live here as well. But make sure, yeah, definitely mark that on your calendar. June 20th from 5 to 6:30. Jackie and Josh will be there, and you can tour all 3 homes, look at the lots that are available. And wow, those are beautiful homes too. And what a
Yeah.
great location near the school and everything.
Yeah, like I said, brand new houses there, and really priced to sell.
All right, well, Jackie, I appreciate you coming in. Always a pleasure to see you. And Jackie Hansen with the Hansen Real Estate Group. If people want to get a hold of you, what's the best way to do that?
715-797-3332. You can call or text. And again, our website, hregroup.com, and you can get a hold of us through there.
All righty, well, I appreciate you coming in. Always fun to talk a little real estate during open house with Hansen Real Estate Group. Do you know who's scheduled next week?
I don't. I think maybe Josh. We're just juggling.
You
We don't
just
know.
kind of
It's a
throw it
surprise.
around.
It's going to be a surprise.
Well, hey, that's fine. I don't mind surprises. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Go check out that real estate auction also, and make sure you go out and check out that property on Friday in Black River Falls. That's going to go pretty quick, I think.
Yep. A lot of good personal property there to take home with you too.
All right, Jackie Hansen with the Hansen Real Estate Group. We'll do it again next week on Wednesday with Open House.
Thank you, Mark. That went well, I think.
Yeah.